It's now 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, almost 1:10. Okay, we're going to do two more of these. Doing good. Or who knows, maybe I'll do four more. I doubt it. Anyway, let's see if we'll try to resurface what has been lost to a certain extent. If not, that is fine. But yeah, what I'm doing is just allowing whoever wants to come through, come through. Of course, a lot of that's been changed because of what was going on earlier, but for the most part, let's see how things go. So, alright, much love. Alright, blessings. Greetings. This is Redmond, Sirius Race. Blessings from Sirius B. Blessings to you. A moment as we connect. Realize, yes, your Earth is going through a vortex, a switch, a change. As I said earlier in this channeling, many hours ago, is that many of you have many lifetimes that you place as you ride out. Some of these are hundreds of lifetimes. But in the course of your lifetimes, you take them, the future ones, move them around, and even combine many. Meaning that many are taking over, taking too much, as we see in this reality. They are taking what normally they would have in one life, but they're adding another lifetime to it as for the complications. Sometimes they're adding 3 or 4, depending on the seriousness of the complexities. As for the tests, understand this, and doing this is bringing much disruption on your planet. As for many want to learn as much as they can so they no longer have to reincarnate here anymore. To get it over with, from one way of looking at it. It is not helping many because it does keep them at a lower vibration for a much longer time. Then the other way, when you just have a few things wrong in your life, enough to bring a great amount of tests and knowledge to you, but also where you can keep your soul and keep your sanity, which many do not do this and add too much to their plate, thinking they can handle anything, which causes much difficulties as for releasing negative energies and going to more of a higher vibration, meaning that many here are very difficult to awaken. At one time in your past, or many times, that most of you were connected to nature in some shape or form. That has now been changed. Now you have technology replacing nature. So now you have to remove technology to a certain extent and allow nature to come back into your society. Realize most of the history of your world is connected to nature to a certain extent. Those who are not connected to nature find it easy to be at a low vibration, and most of society is at that state. does not mean it's the right way to be. As for the well-being of your life, many understand the more lifetimes you add to one lifetime makes it very difficult to find one's life purpose, because you have so many tests on upon tests, and it's difficult to read this life purpose if you ask for a reading of what is my life purpose. Of course, you're there to also put definition to your life purpose, but also, depending on the being, it is normally easy to be read to a certain extent, at least in general terms, and still has that, but has been complicated greatly, and much of it has been fogged also, so it cannot be fully read, even by yourself, where it doesn't. It all depends on different incarnations here, where many do connect and find their life purpose at a certain point. And then now it's becoming more of a later in life. But yes, it has been that, but now more are living longer, so it's now become more complicated. That said, as some of you world people say, you're at a vibration at this time that is difficult to connect to as for spiritual energies, meaning the first contact process will take longer than we were hoping. But we are already aware it will be difficult here. Other species do not have the difficulties you have on this reality. They have removed themselves from this type of difficulties. They'd rather not have it at all. They'll have something similar in parts of their incarnations, but nothing where it's constant bombardment to keep you at a low vibration, keep you from yourself, keep you from happiness, keep you from the direction you wish to connect to, especially your manifestation. Many species will never incarnate in a form of any if they cannot manifest what they want. And your world is quite the most difficult to manifest what you wish, because there's so many bombardments there to keep you from your higher vibrations, where you can connect to manifestation easier. One moment. Understand now that Sirian races, as with other species, are connecting to your energies to assist you in your awakening process. But in that state of mind, we still have to have a hands off. But it's up to you to awaken yourself. Many have chosen not to awaken themselves. They wish to be still asleep. And in this process, yes, it makes our time. Yes, difficult, but it is difficult for many that are awakened to the positive energies, to the spiritual side, where they realize they're going to go through another line of tests, where they feel like they cannot breathe anymore because of the intensity of toxic energies from others. Your spiritual temple is the most important place to find happiness and well-being, but it's difficult to connect to when you have so much negativity around yourself. But also realize this: you're advancing yourself to a range where other beings would never be able to connect to. This, yes, the amount of negativity around you at this time has intensified overnight. And this political election is not helping that intensity. The political connections here are lowering your vibrations more than usual. And yes, the recent scandals that are going on are lowering it even more, making it more difficult for us to connect to your energies. Not all, but you realize many are difficult to connect to what is going on at this time. You're being distracted very well, as you can see, from what the alien energies are going on. As for what your government is doing behind the scenes, they do not want you to pay attention to them, so they're making scandals easy to be found. They are up to many things at this time, and for you to connect to it, they want to make it impossible and even also unbelievable of what they are doing. They are using many sound technologies on your human race. As for weather patterns, also they are using. They are making sure that your pattern is at a low vibration and will stay there for some time. Now you have the ability to awaken from that, but many choose not to because it's much easier because of peer pressure. Would you see peer pressure as a way of mind, but also these channelings and others is also putting the word out as for what is the real world. The one you are living is, yes, is manufactured by your human race. You can manufacture whatever reality you wish, but the one that's been brought to you is the one you were born to, but realize you can manipulate it yourself and make it your own. Meaning you no longer have to be a prisoner of it, but also you'll be one to control it. The lifetime that's at your hands, let's put it that way. You can't control others, but you can control what's in your timeline. Realize that. To bring yourself in more of a happier state, as many of you do feel wish to be a part of. But to do this is very difficult. One moment. And another thing is for your Mars is, yes, many extraterrestrials work around Mars, but those energies are going to your planet. Because many species are told to keep a distance. That way they keep their vibration at a higher energy. Realize that many alien species that connect to your energies do lower their vibration, and some do get frightened that they lower it too much, so many do keep back for many reasons. As for my collective, we do stay far from you. We are outside of your galaxy at this time, but we can still connect to your energies. But at this time, we have many reasons why we are where we're at this time. Not judging, but connecting to other species that your world is affecting at this time. So we are going around seeing what the effects of your world is doing to other worlds at this moment. But as for your healing processes here, it all depends on you, of course. But there is much reptilian energies that is welcoming to you, meaning they can help you out of depression, but you must wish to connect to that, but that is up to you. The negative vibrations here are intense, but can be easily removed, yes, by your political systems, your government systems, your religious systems. The religious systems have made themselves baked into your society very well. And with that brought fear. And then that fear is to make sure that you will not ascend at all. That's what religion was made to do. Put fear into you that you will never ascend. That is why it's there. Now there's many that have ascended, but it's quite difficult because their belief systems still put them in a state of mind of depression. And this is what the control systems are here to do, is to make you feel like you are doing something wrong when in truth you're doing something right. It's turning the tables on you. And yes, we do realize that many wish to connect to advanced beings of alien, but realize you're an advanced being also, for being in this type of environment of so much negativity. Yes, this has been mentioned before, but mentioning it again. Realize you are the society of this universe that everyone is looking at this time. No being, as far as I know, no species has taken darkness to this scale and is still alive at this time. There are similar worlds, but nothing like this. You are going into more of a galactic state of mind. It is difficult to realize that. Your technology is an indication of it. It is a sign. There will be much more. But for your world to connect to that is a spiritual connection, which will take some time for many of your world to adapt to, if they even will adapt to it. Some will not. They refuse to do so. Because they realize the reality that's been given to you is the real reality. Not realizing there's so much there that is keeping you from your higher self, keeping you from connecting to all things that is you. Realize this conduit is tired, so we're doing the best we can at this time as for communications. We send our love to you. We do have galactic updates, but not this time. Blessings to you all. This is Redmond. Blessings.